What's up, guys? If you're new to the channel, my name's Jay. On this channel, I talk about money, stocks, and finance in general. So if you like making some money, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to be talking about NVIDIA stock and why I think that in 3 years, this could be an $1,000 stock. Right now, NVIDIA stock is worth $447.98 with a market cap of $275 billion. And I'm saying that this could be over a $600 billion market cap company in the next 3 years. I'm saying this because I think it's very doable for a company growing at the pace that NVIDIA is doing it at. Now, analysts expect this company to grow the revenues by over 31.5% for the next quarter, 34% this year, and 17% for the year after that. This isn't no small cap company. Remember, this is a $275 billion company. NVIDIA is involved in so many industries like their auto business where they're creating chips for autonomous driving for companies who want to build that into their cars. Right now, NVIDIA is partnered with some of the biggest automakers in the world like Audi, Mercedes-Benz, and Toyota when it comes to making those autonomous driving chips. And when it comes to the auto industry, not many people realize the type of revenue this could bring in for a company like NVIDIA, who is selling their autonomous driving software to companies like Audi, Mercedes-Benz, and Toyota. And say NVIDIA started selling that software for over $8,000 per car. Right now, there's over 17 million cars sold per year just in the US alone. So if they were to even get a tenth of this market share and have their software in 1.7 million cars, that'd be bringing in $13.6 billion in revenue. And companies like Tesla have already come out and said that over time, they'll be upping the prices of their self-driving software. So you can only imagine that NVIDIA will do the same thing. Now, disclaimer, this is obviously assuming that all cars on the road will someday be electric far in the future. Obviously, this is just me making estimates. We don't know how this is going to pan out just because of how far in the future this is, but I thought it was just worth the mention. They also have their data center business, which has seen some pretty massive growth in my opinion, almost doubling the revenue from the beginning of Q1 2020 to Q1 2021, from $630 million to $1.14 billion, and is still growing. And the last one of their 3 biggest growth drivers is their gaming segment, which has fluctuated in the amount of revenue it's created for the company in the past years, and especially in the recent quarter. But the gaming segment is expected to reach a market size of $300 billion by 2025. So going back to the on and off revenues delivered by NVIDIA's gaming segment, I still see this segment of their revenues only on an upward trend. But none of this growth would be possible without their CEO, Jensen Huang. I really hope I said that right. I definitely said that wrong. Jim Cramer, the host of Mad Money, literally went as far as saying this about Jensen in a segment on CNBC.
Look, everyone thinks that NVIDIA is able to process the most, which they are. The main thing about NVIDIA is they've heard the call. And the call is that the Amazons of the world, the Googles, they demand no footprint. They want data centers with no footprint. So they want 10 times the power and 1/10 the heat. And you know who's trying to do that? Is that man, Jensen Huang. That he understands that this is about minimize heat and maximize power, and that's what he's doing. He is a visionary. Everyone, even his biggest competitors offline, what do they say? What can we say? He's a genius. He's a genius.
And when the history of the end of our species is written, will it be the line coming from him originally? In other words, will it begin with his innovation and his genius that leads to the end of our species as a result of the machines taking over? Yeah. It's coming. Have you listened to Elon Musk?
Did you see the Google assistant pretending to be a human saying and ah?
I mean, where have you been? It's like 2047 now, they're saying.
I'll be back.
It's over.
No,
you don't care because
no, I don't because Jensen Huang is using cards. He's using GPUs. He's not using chips. He is defying Moore's law. He has got more going for him than anyone. And just because when you hear him, when you read his speeches, you have to read them over and over and over again because they are so far over our heads.
They are.
He is Einstein of our era.
Jensen also founded the company and has been with it all the way through since 1993, but the company actually went public in 1998. And since the stock IPO'd from $1 and some change to almost $450, that's an over $27,000 return. Heading into the financials though, I will not take too long. They had over $10 billion in cash heading into this year with a long-term debt worth up to $2 billion. They had $10 billion in cash heading into this year with long-term debt worth up to almost $2 billion. So they could pay off this debt tomorrow and not really have anything to worry about. But not only would that make literally no sense at all just because of how low the interest rates on that debt are, but they're also spending that cash to invest in their company by buying other smaller companies. Now they're trying to buy out software design and semiconductor company ARM, And they also recently bought out a computer network supplier, Mellanox, for $7 billion. Since this is the amount of cash they had pre-Rona though, they definitely had to raise some cash. So along with that cash they raised, they probably had to raise some debt as well. When it's all said and done though, within 3 years, I could definitely see the stock being at or even above $1,000. This is just because of how their growth drivers, in my opinion, are just getting started. And if you're a regular watcher on this channel, you know that if there's a stock out there with a lot of hype and I don't think it's a good buy, I will say it. But I am very bullish on NVIDIA stock, and my prediction is that within 3 years, the stock price will be between the $1,100 range to the $1,300 range. But that's about it for this video. If you made it this far, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It does mean a lot. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you think of an NVIDIA stock. Do you have it? Are you waiting for it to dip, or do you just not want to buy it at all? Without that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.